Hello, guys. Welcome to this episode of Patrik Barfi Show. Um, you know, let me say, can be kakra about how we are trained to be poor. You see, the um, the system is designed to keep majority of people broke financially and poor mentally. You know, and it's saying, see, banks are profited when you are in debt. Corporations also profited when you are buying a lot of stuff from them. And the government, believe it or not, also profited when you are employee. You know, that and not when you investor and I say business owner, because if you are a business just employee, that means you'll be paying the highest taxes. Nti yɛhwɛ 10 things a ɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn ama yɛfiri that system no because that's how the system is. Talking of the American system no. Usually I'll show more the whole world no. But American system no is designed in such a way say always no one who's just who follow system one who's training you but one say all the time no trauma or you poor. So these are some of the 10 things that bet me a more free system no what me build the real world. Number one is don't spend on money you don't have. You see, that means I will see a watch out for the three C's. The three C's are cars, credit cards, and line of credit. It's very important you work those things. You see, even when it comes to cars, even be broad man, when you start thinking of cars, mentality of the poor and the middle class, how much can we pay a month? You see, the mentality of the rich is how much is the total thing, the whole cost of the car. And that's what I want you to be able to afford for the total. And when you start thinking of the total now, it changes the whole thing when you're trying to buy a car. Remember, cars go down in value. Auto car, if I say auto car, 20,000. Within 4 to 6 years, a car is about 8,000. That means it loses value. That's why it's so bad idea, so big investing. Okay, especially we take a credit and the auto car no as pay interest so because it's not appreciating, it's going down. I need him by him be brave. I did about a killing pie car because we toss sad and near their top credit so that didn't so go down in value. And at the moment I'll be so talk card way it changed the whole thing because you are paying for it. And the car got on 40,000. Almost I want to talk as I be it change your situation, but one more to be save car. And that's number one. You have to think of buying the whole thing than how much you can pay a month. Number two, a credit card. What we are doing as credit card and so you're buying some things that you can afford and paying interest on them. So what's your average household of household debt, today is about 6,500. At the same time, interest rate average, interest on a credit card is about 25%. And if you are just even paying on the interest, I'm saying average household debt. That doesn't mean say you might have it, but on average, we should say, a credit card, a car a day or United States, it's a trillions divided per household. It's about 6,500 each household. Some of you might not have it completely. There will be some dear broso, just the average. And here, say even if you are paying interest, just the minimum payment, that was 6,500 more. It's gonna cost you 15,000, just the minimum pay. By the time you're done paying, you pay the interest kick out when you're 6,500 plus 15,000 plus the 6,500. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. So let's say we are investing 6,000. See, with 6,000, you invested 6,000 now. In a period of 5 years, a period of 30 years, let's say you invested 6,500. Yeah, in fact, dime crown count 6,500 in a period of 30 years. Now, it means the same 25%. Friends, interest now. I want my it means 5 million over. It's going to be over 5 million. And guess what? You won't get that because it's going to be tough for you to get 25% interest, within a period of 5 years. You might get it even if the stock is going to be a 1 or 2B. So, by look at it, we say, 6,500. Now you are paying the same thing. That means that's the money out there away. And yet, if you cry, credit cards is about 29%. So it's very, very hard. Say, if you want to win, not, oh, yes, I will say they'll go backwards. The third C, a line of credit. Line of credit means we are buying stuff that we can, we don't have money for. We buy stuff for, vacations, clothing, and all that. So tough. Say, let's look at it this way, Let's see what is debt, theoretical perspective. That means that you are using 2005, 2026, income already. Now, now the 27 and 28, so you the interest. It's in your income, who you see now, and with that, who your interest also. You see, with the exchange. Into income and already know. So that's the whole thing about that. It's how see it's already 2004, but I'm spending me 2005 and 2006 already. And then 2007 and 2008, I mean the interest in so it's your money yet tough when you're leading ahead. And I say if you want to get ahead, it's so hard when you're living that life because always it's a big struggle. It's also a system, That's because the system is designed in such a way, say, one here, the BIA will be on that side. Let's see number 2. Do not be a consumer. Don't be a consumer. See, American system, you're a consumer. In the American system, every system, economic system, you're a consumer, you're investors, and you're entrepreneur. So, we share the system here. Most entrepreneurs create goods and services. Free investors. Na yɛn consume. Obiara yɛ consumer, rich, poor, or what. But it depends on the way I see a consumer. You see, if your whole idea is to be consuming, that means you can't be investor. That means anything that comes in your life, any money you make, you put that money to consuming. So when you're always consuming and consuming and consuming, it makes you poor. So you have to be very careful. Share the system and pick it, maybe also because you can't always be consuming. Sometimes obviously be investing. When you mention investing, we say especially community office say be a bronze. So yes, sanity. So be starting small, but we'll get there too. And the third thing, don't rely on the government. It will be broad man. The whole idea is to work, and don't save anything and rely on social security. When we share any situation in the city now, you can now rely on social security alone. You see, when you look at this period, a lot of people, people are just retiring. Now, share the scale what nipa bebree a retire so. And officers say the same thing as an retire brown because we rely, and the whole idea is to for social security to help them. You see, it's a social security by 2035, even if you're reforming, it's going to be hard. Now 100%, maybe 80% then. I know, sir, yes, there's going to be a reform. Either some be increase the tax will see to another age and visa. But that tells you, say, you can rely on it. Stop relying on the government, and your retirement should be your maybe I was saying and your government now say mom. That's why the government is mama and yama be pray bit me retire bit me a boy. Social security a supplementary, I say what all bigger and your fries, social security a fries no. So you always have to try to save and invest, the 401ks and all those things, and the wow, I'm waiting me. I'm a social security here. Don't. See, it's an American. So man changing here may be about social security crana. The fund be running out. Like I said, I know say or baby be a fan, but it be also the need to be pray. Number 4, don't settle. Don't settle. You see, you live on one of the richest nations on earth, and you have opportunities to be able to get yourself wealthy. If you don't follow the way the system is set up, you have the opportunity to, of a lifetime to build wealth. No two ways about that if you are in here. So one shiny years be break you down because of the way how powerful episode. You see, I don't care about what you looks like, where you come from, what degree and only degree, or your background or whatever. If you're in this country, you have the opportunity to build what? Not even in this country alone. Oh, Ghana ni idea, but American opportunities no ha. But one thing here to be quite brave. It doesn't matter what it is. You see, we settle for so many. Maybe it will be especially to Kwayaba. You see, sometimes we will be more mountains, not or more potential, you know, but you settle, it's okay. So best start so year, Juma baby, a penny, but I mean, see, Jina Honoma, or see, of course, because we share this system now, the way city, so mouth to Kakrabia, and you might change your life. It change you cry, a bit changey. Then also be passive. That one settle now, try set, move forward. Yes, you always be in the rat race. You always complain. And I'm a council me, and I'm a manager, and a taxes. But you have the opportunity in this country. Never be brought sometimes some amount for can because the tax system it creating is we do that level now being the same thing. Especially who invest in this animana and found say you're rich and now you're supposed to invest to be the same thing. So you always have to make sure say on settle baby how one. Since TBS also be improve life, say education, you don't become be improve no, say BB certification, and yeah, no concept business be no be anything. You have to always try so bit me side. That's number 5. Number 5 is the system. Don't hit the system. You see, I quite remember, young people I quite remember say, me ready, let me read about some books. I get so frustrated and very, very, um I was hitting the system because we hit the system is equal now, not knowing say and yet you're certain amount particular people be, but you have to force yourself to be in that system. Say be bit me. So do not settle. Don't settle. You see, to say the American, the system no is set up in such a way say you'll be broke because the financial institution, the way it's setting up, the financial institution, gain when you are in debt, when you don't understand money, a bomb because that means you go out there buying stuff and putting them on for instance, credit cards and all those things, buying vacations with credit, taking loans and all those things. It's a bomb when you don't understand those things now. But they also hear say also to me you will free them because like I said, the banks love it when you are in debt because you're going to pay them for the rest of your life. It's almost pay. The government also likes it when you're an employee, right? There's nothing wrong with being an employee because what it is you are paying the taxes, the highest taxes. There's nothing wrong, but what it is you have to find a way to invest it. Obit my 9 to 5 job all the time, but you have to invest. That's where obit and you have more money. You see, the tax code is set up in a different way between a friend's employee and the investors. As I'm talking right now, capital gains, a friend said the highest AP or capital gains is about 20%. And we employee in friend said so medical doctor, medical doctor who make it about 500,000 a year. You pay about almost be 250,000, almost like a half of it as taxes, right? But at the same time, investor and make it the same thing, I'll be pay about 20% of it. So look at the difference, and people think say, yeah, the way the system is set up, go to school and go work the job and use your money for anything else. And share so many things about how to invest, how to, make sure. But those things, yɛkɔ school aba bɛyɛ medical doctor ɛnyɛ no na ɛbɛma yɛnyɛ sika, yɛbɛyɛ accountant nyɛ no yɛbɔ MBA sɛ yɛbɛyɛ the electric ne sa ɛnyɛ no na ɛbɛma yɛnyɛ sika. Na mmom the sika no deɛ wodi sika no bɛyɛ no those is gonna get ɛbɛma wo sika bɛnyɛ na ɛbɛma wɔanyɛ sika paa. Deɛ wodi sika no bɛyɛ no ɛna ɛbɛboa ama watumi abuild the world. See, that is the whole thing. Ɛna nipa bebree nte ase ne fi sɛ yɛkɔ school kɛkɛ a na yɛmake sika no ɛno ano it makes sika no deɛ yɛmake sika no to buy stuff. But what you do with the money in here. So that is another thing we have to watch out for. You know, the next thing is don't chase the shining objects. You will be chasing, these objects. You know, started life, we started say, we take finances as a kakra, and as opposed to timid 2 year. You see, all of a sudden, you are living beyond your means. We try to between your save money near day. But I bet team say, maybe by the time I may get to where I get to take me be yes, but now pentem. It's some of us who say we are trying to chase that shiny object, like cryptos, need those things. Yes, what it is a lot of people are going to make money on those things now. But we need to say a lot of people are going to lose everything, almost all the time. About 90% they lose everything they put in. So 10% penny winning on those things like crypto, stocks, need those things. Not recently when they see when it comes to crypto. So yes, we try to rush it. But no, will take you time. Now follow the process now. It's a process be hopefully teams airwin, we follow that process now. It's gonna gradually, it's gonna get you there. So don't follow that shining object and try to be making quick money and all those things. No, you rather end up losing because a bit too could do point, maybe you lose everything and you start all over again. So always make sure say you are not shining the shining objects. The number 7, don't invest more than you are willing to lose. You see, don't invest more than you are willing to lose. Your investment should not be different from your it should be different from your spending money. You may be on or you use investment uh as a BBA as a bank account. No, yes, we invest here. At some point, you will lose money. Even Warren Buffett will lose money. One of the greatest investors in our time. Will lose money. Yes, you might lose money, but don't use your friend saying your investment as an extension of your bank account. I'll be not just type in and all that. No, that is going to be tough because when you're trying to build water, you have to separate both. Your money for your spending is totally different from your investment because your investment is something I also invest in where you when you create free so because I don't ever build it well long term at the years and decades, because you need that money to grow. Yes, a big twabby and and as I said, stock exchange or not no, also we living alone. Now in that time, now compounding and grow, for years and decades. That's how it is done. Number 8, don't save all your money. You be more save, save. They don't try to invest the money. So much run beside. You see the difference between investing and saving is so we invest your money until say potential say bet me a grow now making more money amount. Imagine say we save all your money. We share the numbers now. Our savings, the memo only the investment memo now different room. I understand sometimes if you to be a account, that is fine. With this system, yeah, I don't know, sika be able to save where that one that, but you have to really, really invest. And so now you are losing out of the investment where betting make it from investment. And number 9, don't be lifestyle inflator. Simple, don't be lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep, they say it will be bro try see, especially your community. I love us when it comes to that. You when you juma any time in your increment be near bumping up our spending. You see, we don't instead of in your more money between maybe near bumping up, don't increase your lifestyle when you get a pay raise or a bonus. You will be bro in yes car in your raise then we go buy a new car, we go buy a new your friends saying house, buy a bigger house, fancy cars, we buy new clothes. No, if you start building wealth, you have to invest more faster than increasing your lifestyle because that time is gonna come. That investment now we do point to be that investment bit me up wow. I'm waiting to increase your lifestyle. And then number 10, don't forget your bigger purpose. You see, these days there are so many things going on internet, social media, and all that about how you make your friends 100,000 a year, you are broke and will always be broke. That is never true. It's never true. You see, the fact is, 8 out of 10 every Americans make less than 100,000. Even about out of that crowd, about maybe 50% or about 40% or so makes more than 50 or less. So don't believe that say, hey, you have to make way more than 100,000. You see, what you do with your money is more important than how much you make. Making more money is good because it helps you to get to where you want to be faster. But we follow the system now. Uh, Gradually you live on less than you make. It's always also gonna get you there. So don't believe that say you make more than 100,000 and you are broke. No, you know. And finally, I never want here you pay. See, we all know all this, but I never will see who said our physical needs is also important when it comes to the we shouldn't forget the bigger purpose now. Physical need, the things we put in, the exercise is also all part of this, right? And also our mental health, the people that are surrounded, we are surrounded with, they have bad ideas or bad energy vibe and all those things. No, we have to get away from those things. All those are very, very important, and your spiritual health. What gets you driving? At the end of the month, that thing, and and fulfillment of life, and I say fulfill what you do. Don't forget that purpose. When you see a tricep picture, signing now together with our financial health and a boying, and what ultimately move on. Money is great, but at the end, you see, briefly say it's even better when you have a good life to live with it. So these are the things that me a boy am here year free. Spend wisely, save intentionally, and be generous. I have so many contents when you go to my YouTube channel, which is Patrik Barfi. Kwabinya so many content where you chrome kasa a bit me up wow. Because I was see the more boss will be intimate these days. No, I did back where I said so many things I'll be to me here. You don't have to read the book, you have content I'll be to me here. Get to my page, Patrik Barfi. I have so many content a bit me up wow. I'm always me free that system now. Peace.